Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Strange fact, I wasn't even going to be doing a reading today. I was setting up to do a private read and I started looking at these cards and I'm really led in a lot of cool directions today. There's really some interesting fun energy. I was just giving my house a deep clean and burning candles all over with sage in it, and I was led to all these kind of interesting rituals that I used to do or think about, which one of them is it's a wax ritual, and it's a way that I can divine some information, almost like tea leaves. What I do is I burn candles, I put loose sage in it, I then pour it into a little bit of icy water, and it forms an actual shape, and the sage leaves inside the wax make little figures. And one particular one I did, it was a shape of a heart, one was a shape of a cat. And inside some of these, there were places, there were maps, there were things that looked like outlinings of countries and places. It was a lot of really cool stuff. So this is something that led me to this deck, because there's a card in this deck called Strangeness. And I thought, never be afraid of any kind of strange inclination that's different, that you feel compelled to try to divine any answers. I love fire and wax work. I love pendulum work. Tarot, of course, is my number one. But anytime that you're led to feel you can read something through symbology, images, music, whatever it is, give that a try, because I feel like a lot of you are now stepping into some of your spiritual gifts. And with that, I want to find out, you know, what some of your gifts may be, what your guides are trying to impart to you, what might be coming down the pike for you in the way of more gifts and abilities, because I've had a lot of people, you know, from even years ago, that right when I started this process and this channel, a lot of people were like, Melanie, I really feel like I'm getting answers. I keep seeing 222. There's a lot of angelic, you know, decoding in numbers. There's a lot of wonderful things. And I feel once we tap into that, we rapidly move up from whatever our vibrational set point is. That's where we just sort of are before we understand stuff. And like years ago, before I started this process and divining and really connecting and meditating, my vibrational set point was much lower, because I would wake up with, instead of gratitude, and I would wake up with like cares and worries and concerns and sometimes anxiety about, oh, well, do I have the effort, energy, and resources to do this day? Now I wake up, what's coming? I'm so excited. Who am I going to meet? What ideas am I going to get? All of that. And I feel like a lot of you guys, your vibrational set point is going to go way, way up in the next coming months, because you're understanding there are all of these magical abilities around us, and all we have to do is tap into them. Number one thing that works for me is nature, music, and fire, strangely enough. Like, I love to divine with fire. It's definitely a purification process for me, and it brings my focus to the flame, and it slows everything down, stops monkey mind, and really tunes me into that. So that being said, you guys, I'm going to let you make your choices. Number one is not a dragon, purity. Number two, not a deer, harmony. And number three, not a seahorse, perspective. Here's another weird, like, I'm going to talk about all the synchronicities and strangeness that has come in right before I begin, because I thought this was amazing. And for the longest time, I had not taken a solitary walk in the park or the nature garden. I have always been going with, you know, if I'm going, I make it a group trip. Let's go see what's going on. But with that, I have divided attention, and I can't focus solely on nature and messages. And yesterday I had some of the coolest experiences where I just wanted to cry. I was brought to the verge of tears of the beauty and magic of it all. And first was what I call the regal bumblebee. So I go to the edge of the seaside, and there's this really cool kind of cliff wall, and there are a bunch of benches there. Nobody's around. It's kind of overcast, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to sit here and meditate for a moment. What comes buzzing right in front of me? I mean, right in front of my eye line, between my eye and my nose, less than a foot away, is a bumblebee. And I often have this when I'm ready to settle down and meditate. Bumblebee buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. And I just started laughing because it almost sounded like a language. No lie, this beautiful guy, I call him Claude because he was very like Claude Van Damme, the way he moved around, came and sat, literally sat completely still without, you know, it seemed like he was doing deep breathing when he landed on the bench next to me. Again, less than a foot away. I could see his body heaving with the effort to kind of like maintain all the stuff that made him fly right in front of me for all that time. literally just stayed there on that bench with me the whole time, and I just wanted to cry because it was so beautiful and restful. And I thought that's what it is. It's maintaining that focus and that connection and being calm, because I feel like a lot of people swat at bees and they panic and they run away. I love the presence of bees. I feel like it's an angelic presence. Another thing that happened was a beautiful rabbit that was not at all scared of me, jumped in front of me in the path while I was walking the nature center, just sat there and just looked at me for a good long while, and I just stood still. And I find rabbits very magical. But the most like awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping moment was the walk through the field on the way to the beach. There were these tiny, they were sparrow-like, but they were a different kind of animal. They were encircling me. It must be like a ritual with them too. I've never seen this or experienced this in my person. I've seen it around my car once when I asked for guidance. This was around my personal self, and there was probably 10 of these in all, and they would take turns, like in groups of 4, circling around me, but a big distance in between, like 4 feet away from me, and go around. One would pop out and a new one would come in. It was like a carousel of birds. I really heard, pay attention and look at this. This is not something you're imagining. This is real. And it was so otherworldly, because I felt like Snow White with those freaking crazy birds, like about to drop like a gorgeous gown on me. It was bizarre and wonderful and otherworldly. And I was so grateful, because I thought, wow, you know what? I never go out in the solitary places with these so I can experience this. I'm always with my son. I always invite other people, and I thought, this is magic, and I have to make sure that I do this, if not daily, at least every other day. And it was so magical, and I just wanted to share that with you. And I would love for you to comment down below if you've ever experienced any of this, because it really it pulls the curtains back on any of the veils, and you feel the complete connection to the collective, to spirit, to your guides. And I've always believed we have teams of them, and they definitely work through animals, and birds are a big factor for me. And I just thought, so blessed and so lucky to experience the bee, the rabbit, and all of that. And it really was an awe-inspired day, and I have so much gratitude for that. And this is where we're going to begin with purity, number 1. So group 1, number 1 is purity of thought, and going out knowing that anything is possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 of the celestial cards for you, but I want to talk about what purity means when contacting and connecting to your guides. When you just are a pure heart and you just want help, assistance, and guidance, they are right there for you. And ask for specific signs. It really helps to be something like within nature. You know, it can be, let me find a really unique leaf or a gust of wind or bird activity or something like that. You will feel them when you ask for them. Basically, I feel like the gatekeeper, you're talking to the gatekeeper, and he gives permissions for your guides to come down. Because if they were all coming all the time and you were getting all these messages, you would feel like you were going Looney Tunes. So there is a method to it, so you feel serene and peaceful with these messages, and not like there's too much going on at once. And the gatekeeper's like, okay, we're going to allow this spirit of guidance and protection to come down, send you messages, right? And also, if you had so many messages, you couldn't simplify and pick them out, right? It would be like if there were people in a lineup and there were 700 people in the lineup. You don't want that. You want 2 people in the lineup, that sort of thing, where it makes sense to you. But purity is also saying, let's work with this. Purity of thought. If we have too many thoughts commingling with too much action, we can't really get that supreme message. And also, we will feel negative because it will be taxing on us to think, right? Do you ever get exhausted just from choice? This is saying, let's simplify. Don't give yourself so many choices and tasks. Really simplify. Purify your day with 1, 2, 3. First of all, I'm going to wake up with gratitude in my heart, and then I'm going to set a directive and really kind of delegate my time wisely. So I'm going to give myself 2 tasks. Therefore, I'm not going to feel overwhelmed. When I want to commune in nature to myself, meditate, taking breaks between things, that helps me a lot, not doing too much so I don't get inundated. Having this beautiful Fool energy, you could have not got a better card in this position. Having the Fool energy that says, you know what, I do feel divinely protected, guided, and loved by the universe. What messages do you have? What can happen? And for some of you guys, I definitely feel like you definitely have guides of protection that protect you in your vehicle and in your home and from accidents. Some of you guys, you know, are definitely, you are spirit workers, you are nurses, you are people that work helping others. So I feel there is divine protection always around you to keep you from not only getting any kind of disease or cellular problem, deficiencies. Your guides are guiding you to the right nutrition as well, because as you know, if we're ever deficient in certain vitamins, it shows, right? Vitamin D, not a great scene. Lack of vitamin C, not a great scene. So all of this, you having the proclivity to look and really feel in your choices of food of going, oh, you know what? I definitely need calcium. I need this and that. They're helping you with your dietary. And just listen to these divine messages. Right now, as I'm doing this, I'm so excited. The sun is coming out and it's like beaming in and it's really beautiful. So I want you to know you are divinely protected and guided. Now, how wonderful is this? They're protecting you from heartbreak. You have these, they're almost like little cupids. This is protection. So all these things are in protection. So they're not like as they normally would be, because this is a positivity healing read. This is what you're being protected from. So in your next endeavor for love, do not worry. I hear the Cupid's kiss guide, and I'm not even sure what that is, but I feel like this is a Venusian energy of love that's going to protect you to make the right choice. Some of you guys in the past, just by being an open-hearted, generous person, have pulled in deceivers and have pulled in scammers. They are people that proclaim, your life together, your love together, and they are completely adept at this, unfortunately, Casanova type of vibe to pull you in and make you kind of override your common sense, or you're not a suspicious person. You're not suspicious of other people's nature. So due to your trust and goodwill, you didn't see them through that kind of thing. It was obfuscated from you because you aren't deceptive yourself. So oftentimes we're not on the same frequency and vibration of somebody. We don't see deception because you're not a deceiver. But now what's happening is you're kind of given this special lens through your Venusian little cupids that are saying, you know what? We are protecting you. Any kind of scam artist, any kind of deceiver that comes in, we're going to let you know right away through very, very obvious signs and red flags, which I love. But they're also protecting you from this energy. I feel like, and it's weird, it's in all kinds of things. Like they will do almost like a intercept when it comes to things coming online and stuff. They'll be blocking and making complications for people that are trying to come on and do this to you, because you're only supposed to get these pure, true, loving spirits that are coming through for you. And I love that energy for you. And that's, it's weird, these messages, I just felt compelled to do this. And I feel like some of you need to hear this, because you might be gun shy with this. Like, oh my God, is everybody scam after scam, liar after liar? Who are these people? Where's my life going? And you're not gullible. You cannot see this energy because you are not on that vibration. And we, again, sometimes we're very high vibrational. We don't see those lower vibrational tricks and teases because we're not thinking that way. But now your guides are helping you kind of navigate this very tricky. It's like you're on rapids and they've given you the best raft available, the biggest, snuggliest life jacket. So even if your boat turns over, you're going to float safely to shore. And I love that for messages for you guys. Again, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. No more heartache, no more deception. You are divinely loved, protected, and guided, which I love. You're not going to overthink or overcomplicate life. You're going to be in this beautiful kind of purified state, which I love for you. Beautiful energy. So you guys, all my links are down below. If they're not, I would love for you to come over to IG, which is Sparkrist11, and all my kind of fun dailies and information and great sales and anything that you want for private reads, any information, you can DM me. I love using that as a vehicle of communication over there. So you guys, now we're going to go on to Not a Deer Harmony. And I love this because deers can be skittish. They can be scared. Now, when you're in harmony and you feel confident and you feel in yourself, you stay on your ground, right? Like that big stag, not a deer like, oh, I feel flighty. One second, I need a sip of water. You feel capable, you feel strong, you feel like if I have to run straight at this and figure it out, I certainly will. So we are going to pull 3 cards for this. And I'm going to take a breath because I like to have a slow, calm cadence, and I'm going to pull one of these too. Funny enough, the last group, part of their messages was simplicity. And I feel like your guides are going to be helping you exponentially reach that kind of threshold where it's like, I need everything to be simple. I don't need excess. If I'm going online, I'm only buying what I need. If I'm contacting this person, I'm going to be very erudite in my speech and very simple. Boom, boom, concise, done. If I have to clean something, I'm going to have my goggles on. That's all I'm doing. I'm focusing. I'm going to listen to beautiful music. I'm going to be very awesome at delegating my time and doing things. And also with simplicity, your guides are going to be helping you find the simplicity of life. So you don't feel a deluge of I have to, should have, would have, could have. It's just going to be like, am in present moment awareness, am doing this, I am allowing this. It's just streamlined, fresh energy for you. It's like, I feel like it's a flourishing moment where you're going to experience brilliant moments of clarity, and you're going to be going, no, that's, I need that, I don't need that. Now this is neat because each of this, where it might in a normal read be a naturally conflictive card, like the last group had 3 of Swords, but because this is messages for your guide and protection, this is what you're going to be protected from. You don't feel overly defensive. You don't feel like when people come at you, you have to be any particular way, because your boundaries are going to be in place. You're going to understand that when people pop off, it is usually coming from a projective energy of them feeling defensive, them feeling less than, them feeling insecure. And you're realizing this isn't my energy, so I can have a healthy detachment. And you have beautiful angels helping you with this. And you see I love some of the swirling in this. And I had a very weird thing take place when I was just taking a shower. I saw a constellation, and weirdly enough, it was very similar to this, but it was bright blue stars. And I feel like that's you feeling connected to your true power and feeling like you are protected and you're guided. And I feel like some of your guides right now are going to give you also that Libran energy, keeps those scales keep coming up, even keeled, centered, focused, grounded. Everything else can just buzz off because you're not playing with that. Yes, beautiful, wonderful, ice, solid, crystalline ideas coming through, and you just feel like, I'm acting on this. This makes sense. I'm supposed to be doing this. I accept help as easily so I can cross into any transitionings coming in, because you're going to have angels and guides that are helping you reach a higher vibrational point as well. Seeding a brilliant future with roots of creativity and inspiration is all about this card. Like, boom, I threw out all these seeds. I see all these little saplings and all these little growths, and I'm going to move forward beautifully within this. And also connecting to this sacred, expansive experience that you've witnessed over time, your growth. You're like, I have gone from strength to strength, good idea to good idea. And I'm going to forget about the rest, because basically it is like a potpourri of here's ideas, and you can choose whatever you want. Nothing is bad, nothing is wrong, but some will fit and some won't. And you will feel really strong within that, and you won't feel. That's the Libran energy I was feeling within this cardinal air. Again, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Some of you guys are meeting your soulmates as well. And you have, again, all these beautiful Venusian guides that are bringing you to this, because you have a new idea about who you are, a new empowered you, a new beautiful you, a new simplified you, a new wonderful, varied, rich tapestry, allowing lifestyle. Like, I'm letting it all flow, a huge flow state. Again, I keep seeing this big lifeboat like I did in the first one, where you have a big, huge life going down these busy rapids. You're fishing, you're having fun, and you're pulling everything out that is going to help, aid, and assist you, as opposed to seaweed, junk, and old shoes that you'd normally catch if you were in a lower vibration, because absolutely everything we manifest is what is foremost in our mind. So you keep getting back on that beautiful trail of love, abundance, gratitude, wealth, accumulative intelligence, emotional intelligence, all of that. And this is a lot of new intelligence coming in, a lot of new great ideas for you, group 2. So I love that for you. And your guides, they are going to help you. They are not going to stop you. You're going to feel grounded. You're going to feel assisted. You're going to feel loved. And that's super important. So I love that energy for you, group 2. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Love to you. Again, you guys, all my links are down below. If they're not, I would love for you to come over on Sparkrist 11. It has all my information. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I always do daily posts and memes and fun contests and all kinds of great stuff over there. And I do great pre-layout, so you guys can have all these layouts to choose from too, so you don't have to have overthink anything as well. I love that for you guys. Near and dear, you're gonna get it, and you're gonna feel good, and you're just gonna sway, and I love that for you. So now we're gonna go on to number 3, you guys. I love this, not a seahorse perspective. Here's the weird thing: if you guys are my IG follower, you'll notice I put these things of seahorses up, and I was like, that's my new obsession. There are so many that I never knew existed in so many beautiful ways, and they're just fantastic. I feel like they're magical. They float, they drift, they sparkle. They're ungodly awesome. I love them. Now, perspective is everything for me. If I have a perspective that something is insurmountable, annoying, huge, it will make me crazy, and I will I'll push it back. I will try to, I'll overthink it. So what I have to do in anything that is like a chore or project is I take that mountain, I bring it down to a molehill. I'm like, of course I can do this. Our brain believes what we tell it, good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't know, but it experiences those. So when I say, hey, I've got to clean out this refrigerator and take all this stuff out because I'm getting a new refrigerator, I think it's not that big a deal. I will do in a set of 3. First, I will clean what's around it. I've already done that today. Then I will take the contents out, no big deal. I'll get some help, and then I will get ready for whenever the other one arrives, no big deal. But what we can do, and our old way of thinking wants to do, is convolute. It wants to make things, it wants to exacerbate things. It wants to make the difficult more difficult. And it's simply as true as we believe it to be. So if we say it's easy, it's simple, I can do this, and I'm very capable, and it's no sweat off my back, that's what happens. And that's what I decide to do with any projects. If I get a slew of readings, like 10 people order private reads within like a 24-hour thing, I say, why is that such a big deal? I break it down. I make sense of time. I'm like, if 5 of them are a half hour, and I do the math, I'm like, my God, that's not even a portion of what my normal workday would have been in corporate workday. And I get to be creative and fun and connect with guides that bring me up. And that, again, that's all in perspective. I feel like some of you guys, you have a message of this. I love the 6 of Cups. You have a lot of reciprocity coming in. And this is where I feel like perspective is important for you right now, because I feel like somebody is not doing what you want them to do within a relationship kind of atmosphere. You feel like you might be giving a little bit more time, attention, affection, and you're like, where's mine? And I feel like your spirit guides are letting you know it is coming. Step away and don't be impatient for that, and don't push anymore. Just get in receivership mode. And something that's wonderful to do this is to write down, what do you want from them? Because where your thoughts and focus are, that's where you get your results. It could be more affection. It could be, a gentler approach. It could be more attention, whatever it is. Or I feel like for some of you guys, you might want from a parent right now, you might want to hear something loving and kind and soothing instead of, why don't you do it this way and why don't you do that? You don't want a directive. You want a healing, helping, loving thing. And that's what's coming for you. Again, it's perspective. Think about how we're going about a thing. Are we complaining to them? Like, are we creating a defensiveness in them by saying, you never do this. Why can't you just do this? We have to take it into their perspective. How would you like to be approached when you're broached on this subject? It's as simple as that. I could really use, a loving perspective right now. Say things like that. Well, look at this. And some of you guys have absolute beautiful ideas coming in, and it's going to be momentous. So something's going to be taking place in June and July where you implement these steps for something you've been waiting for. It could be publishing a book. It could be starting a podcast. It could be traveling to somewhere. Whatever it is, you are bringing into fruition this great idea that you want. Some of you guys, it definitely has to do with writing, speaking, and being in a more public eye, and you're going to be doing beautifully. For some of you guys, it's definitely being published within school papers, things you've written. Boom, that's going to be taking place for you. I love this because look at all the symbology. You see the two forms here kind of going in a cohesive cosmic skateboard. All the symbology. I love this mutable air. You're going to be able to have great ideas and implement them fantastically. Yay! Choices. Now, this is not you being overburdened by choices, but this is you having a variety of choices within people, friendships, kindred spirits, jobs, all of this stuff where you give yourself permission to say yes. The wildest imaginations is a tool that you can use to inform your future in a really down-to-earth way. Fantasies, choiceful, wishful thinking, options. This is options that are coming to you. And daydream your way. You're daydreaming your way into the future, and you know that you can have these things, shiny things. They're not illusory either. They are things that you can really be using as a stepping stone right now to greater things, bigger money, bigger travel plans, all of this. It's go time. You're falling into the flow of this quickening energy, and you're swiftly facing your desires head on and bringing them in. You're devoted to this connectedness, this love and bliss that is taking place. And I see right now, again, you are seeding your future right now with brilliant ideas, deliberately bringing in strength and using them for good. And I love this because your new perspective is, of course I can do this, have this, be this, think this, say this, feel this, and it's so wonderful. And I just wanted to share, I forgot to share with you guys my new stone that I'm so excited about. It just came in and I'm over the moon about it because it's a really beautiful dark amber yellow and it is unbelievable. It's 45 carats. I love this. I've been going to these guys for a while and it's just amazing. And I think what I'm going to do for this, because the size of it, I love it so much, I might make it into a ring because it's so awesome, or just a beautiful, I'm obsessed with rings, but I love this stone so much that I feel like on a simple, really tiny gold filigree like chain, it would look out of this world too. But I'm like, I just love it. Let me know down below what some of your favorite stones that you just love, and you love it in a big honking stone where you're just like, I am getting ready. I have to mail this out. Cheryl, this is Cheryl's stone. My thing in life is I love things and I love to experience them and pass them on, but I was having a really hard time getting this in its package and getting it out to Cheryl because I'm obsessed with the lemony yellowness of it. And I was waiting for its sister, its rich, deep, dark amber sister, to show up so I could let go of her, because I don't need all the gems in all the kingdom. I'm willing to share. And you know, I love everything. And the other day I was talking about this too, the tourmaline. This is going to go to one of the students. I gave one to the coach, and I love tourmaline. And this is Ian Hagen's school colors is gold and purple, so I was able to get a hold of that for one of his teammates that is really just the team spirit of the whole team. He's so lovely. You guys, you're amazing. I've been reading your comments and you're just the absolute best. That's why I'm going out of my way each day, at least every other day, to have a fun, uplifting, shiny, high vibrational read for you. You guys support me in so many ways and I'm loving you to pieces. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go upload. Did I do a pop? Yeah, and I put it up, I think.